Alright, here I be, and here I go. What I do, nobody knows. Whew, okay. Running some Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. We're done. I've got to. It's a game with horrible load times, but it is a fun game. You know what? I'm just going to run the shotgun on that gun. I'm going to make it a seasonal character because a new season has started. So off I go then. Oh, name. Need a name. You know what? No. Because I'm going to wander through the story of this game. And everyone can deal with watching the story of a game. A lot of people ignore the story of. It is the 41st millennium, and there is no peace among the stars. The Imperium of Man is besieged from all sides by the Xenos races. And a bunch of words I didn't get to read. Inquisitors are autonomous, powerful agents who wage a great and secret war for mankind. They fight in the shadows, something about authority. They are the judges and the executioners.
Classified report, scheduled for later transmission. I am closing on the source of the inquisitorial distress signal I was assigned to investigate. The coordinates I received from the Caligari Conclave led me to a desolate system. There were many delays during the journey. The intensity of the Caligari warp surges is beyond anything I've experienced. These anomalies are spreading through the subsector like a tidal wave. The distress signal has an ancient encryption used by the Holy Orders. It is authentic, but extremely old. The signal is coming from a battered fortress monastery that was likely spat from the warp when the tide of the surges swept through the sector. There is no response to our hailing signals.
Inquisitor, this is your captain speaking. I'm still trying to hail the monastery, but I get no response.
The hull looks intact, though. I think it was simply abandoned a very long time ago.
Then what do you expect to find over there?
Something that once belonged to the Inquisition, and lots of empty holes.
Sounds exciting. I've instructed your pilots to land on the hangar deck.
Stand by and wait for my signal.
Inquisitor, the automatic defense system has been activated. The turrets are attacking you. Do you...
That sucks a little bit. I remember the deafening roar of the turrets. My Imperial carrier was trailing a blaze of fire and smoke as it smashed into the hangar deck. I heard the screech of shredding metal, but the vast emptiness of the colossal hull swallowed the noise. Somehow, slowly, painfully, I crawled out of the smouldering wreckage. Probably because of my power armor, I reckon, bud. The air was stale and the mysterious fortress monastery loomed dark and empty. This is a ship called the Martyr, or the fortress called the Martyr. Captained by a lad that spent a lot of time doing some fairly horrendous things, those of which we haven't learnt the extent of yet, as far as the game's concerned. So,
Captain, do you copy?
this is my little hat.
Captain Winter, can you hear me? Strange. Vox communication is jammed and I can't use my teleporter device. Something must be disturbing my signal. I will record everything in my audio log, in case I don't return.
Okay, whoops.
Inquisitorial log, new entry. While attempting to dock in the hangar of an unknown fortress monastery, my transport took heavy fire. I suspect that the automatic weapon systems were activated, but I don't yet know why. The transport has been destroyed, along with my equipment. My pilot is dead. I will pray for him later.
Here's his bottom half. Certainly not taking that home to bury. That'd be a lot of effort, I think.
Interesting. Mindless servitors were created for menial tasks, but having a flesh dragon just for operating the door seems excessive. Open the door!
The head is also massive. Need to make sure you remember that. Just giant head. Big head energy, as it were.
An ancient cogitator. Let's see if the tech prayers still hold. It might have information about this place.
Love that they call them cogitators. Yeah, I'm not reading through all of that. But basically, everything sucked. The shields that keep the ship from falling apart, just, yeah.
It's a pile of rust. At least I found some interesting diagnostics. I should check all the cogitators on the ship for other details.
I need all the cogitators.
New log entry. I have found some human remains. The time of death seems recent. I don't like the look of the marks on the bodies. Something killed them with mindless brutality.
I'm glad he can tell that. That was mindless brutality. Oh, look at this.
Oh, yes. The perfect weapon to deliver the Emperor's justice. Reloading.
Okay. Oh, that's forwards. Where's this one? Oh, charge. And then what's B? Oh, not sure what B is yet. Guess I gotta have that targeted. Alright. I'll work that out in a second. I've been nurgling.
Creature of chaos. Can you withstand my faith?
Well, I think he probably can't withstand the shotgun.
An ancient Imperial ship infested by chaos.
No, I didn't withstand the shotgun.
So be it. Let's cleanse the taint then.
Eh. I mean, we can cleanse the taint as much as we want, but there's a lot of taint all over the place.
New log entry.
And look at all this
Found a
taint.
room tainted by the filth of chaos. There is also a tech priest maintenance shrine with a functioning cogitator. It could contain information on how I could turn off the Vox jammer.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, so I mean that's basically just, yeah. They're all automated. You need to get going. I need to continue on.
Open the door.
Nobody saw that coming.
Everywhere. Taint. In the machines.
By the Emperor. What foul abomination is this?
Hmm.
A talking servitor. It might be mind-locked, but this is still unusual.
It's very much unusual, especially because AIs are outlawed. Don't want AI because AI helped bring around the fall of civilization a little while ago.
Well met, heretics. It is time for you to die.
Yeah, whoop. Boom. Haha, I used the B button. Man, I'm ruining shit. I mean, I expected to be ruining everything, but just seemed a little bit too ruiny. I mean, I'm not going to complain too much.
That's the cogitator that will disable the jammer.
Such a cool game. Yeah, man. It's a damn good game.
I
A
couldn't
damn
check
fine
the
game.
jammer, but the Vox should be fine now. Captain Van Winter, can you hear me?
Inquisitor, finally! I thought we'd lost you.
It would have been quite convenient for you, I suppose.
Trust me, I'm on your side. I'm not saying I don't want my ship back, but who would clear my name if you died in battle?
Your loyalty is quite admirable, Captain.
I will admit I would like it if this game explained what Inquisitors were a bit more. They are real intense, but, you know. Obviously in this game you mostly just spend your time throwing ammo at heretics and taints, so... I mean, I can't count the amount of times I've had to throw bullets at taints. I've made it out of the hangar where I found the evidence of a serious chaos infestation. I need to investigate this further. See, to be fair, in the game, I've only got one. Like, I've got an Adeptus Sororitas army. I've got a Sisters army. I can ally in Inquisitors for that. I got one. I specifically went, well, I'm going to need the chick Inquisitor, right? I grabbed her. They are.
I'm on my way there.
They could be sleepy is what they are. They are pretty rough. Like, they do a whole lot of murder. And Inquisitor Greyfax that I got also has, you know, a bunch of psychic abilities. Finally giving me a psychic phase in that game.
By the Emperor.
Probably less by the Emperor and more like, you know, by the bad lads.
This is a shrine dedicated to the ruinous powers. Somebody really wants his dark wishes to be fulfilled.
I mean, who doesn't?
There's something on that ship.
If I could fulfill my dark wishes, I'd be a lot happier.
Wonderful.
Alright, did that for shits and giggles to make sure I knew how it worked. Did it again to actually kill things. Now I'll have to wait 6 years before it powers up again. What? I do love the particle effects in this. There's so much stuff that falls apart and explodes and falls over. Just way, I nearly missed a tatey codge. The machine spirit is slowly becoming insane, and it started to override the defense systems, destroying some possibly harmless voidcraft trying to land on the deck. Okay, so you know, people are blaming the computer.
Enemies of the Emperor, I'll blast you to smithereens. A proper welcome committee at last. That grenade could be useful now.
See, I remember not picking up that grenade, and he said that, and I went, what do you mean? Certainly did make very short work of those lads, though. But now I get to shotgun everyone with some lag. Hey, Duck. How you doing?
Found a corpse of an Imperial soldier. I'll take his data slate. It could contain a recording that could shed some light on what happened here.
Oh, is this? Yeah, it is. See the Dreadnought. The very grumpy, chaos-eaten Dreadnought. Not bad. That's good, Doc. I may have nearly fallen asleep once already, so figured that meant that it was time to kick the stream off and stay awake for a little bit.
The body of a fallen Adeptus Astartes.
What? Did you just say that there was a dead space marine down there?
Yeah.
Must have been a member of that unlucky Imperial reconnaissance team I found.
Allow me to clarify that. You only found pieces of them. So it'll be just you against something that tore apart one of the mightiest champions of the Imperium.
Yeah, it'll be
Don't
fun.
jump to conclusions just yet, Captain. It could easily be more than one creature.
Beep boop. How you doing, Kyle? See, something I don't think people realise about 40k, just because of the media that's come out for it, is that Space Marines, like, a lot of people in the Imperium just don't even see one their entire lives. They aren't just wandering around. They're not like cops or anything. They're not everywhere. So, to Captain Ragnar Van Winter, when I was like, yeah, one of them's dead as shit down here. Like, you know, I'm an Inquisitor, so it's just like, well, who cares? But for Captain Winter Tits, that was nutty, because those dudes are like the pinnacle of technology and fighting prowess for the humans.
I'm afraid Team Sigma won't be responding anytime soon.
Team Sigma nuts.
Who are you, and what are you doing there? Taking a stroll on the decks?
Had to cover that with Jacob. Yeah, like, it's just, people are kind of conditioned to just see Space Marines all the time, so
About bloody time.
they don't get how big of a deal it is.
Followed Lord Klosterheim into the dark zone. Listen, we're under heavy attack in the control room, so I'd appreciate it if you could join us while we deliver the Emperor's will until our most triumphant death. Thorn out.
Actually, it makes a really good point in this, that, like,
I established connection with someone from an Imperial expedition on the ship, but he is clearly confusing me with someone else.
I'm going to have to go and bitch him out. They do a really good job in this, though, of, like, because you are just a human, ran the numbers on how many people live in just Hive Necromunda. Yeah, no, it's nuts. The amount of people that are everywhere. Like, you know, not people per Space Marine is fairly, you know, that ratio is pretty nuts. But they do a good job in this, at least, of, like, the Space Marine that you do end up hanging out with is, like, a good 1.5 feet taller than you are. Because I have, like, I'm an Inquisitor, so I am just a dude in power armor. I'm basically Tom Cruise with his platforms on. Just, you know, trying to be the same height as Nicole Kidman. Versus having, like, Cannon Legion Zero and not even full street. Yeah. 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 There's just a lot.
In a glorious carnage. I want your help as soon as possible.
Careful, Thorn. That was dangerously close to insolence. And you are definitely confusing me with someone else.
You are an Inquisitor, which is enough for me right now. The whole
So you're heading to the control room to disable the
Oh,
jammer.
cut off that spud.
Plan, yes.
And who is this Caius Thorn exactly?
Some douchebag.
Character. Otherwise, I have no idea. He seems to think that I am a member of his mysterious expedition.
No, he's got magic.
Expedition. They might be trapped in that monastery, just like you.
Why do you think so?
I made a scan. That giant wreckage looks completely dead from here. No
Oh, hang
sign
on.
of any other voidcraft
No,
in the
don't
vicinity.
chuck it at my feet. You... Okay, that guy specifically got to eat shit then. Because that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted that pissant little fart noggin. Oh, don't do that. Can't get rid of the stinky that way. If only. There we go.
I've eliminated the first tribal champion. I wonder if these mongrel tribes are the descendants of the original inhabitants. I guess I'll know more soon.
I would assume so, dude. Also, they probably came out of the wharf. That class is pretty tall for a human because power arm is like 4-inch lift minimum. Yeah, yeah, no, it's like it's turning like two bipedal humans, giving them 4-wheel drive and saying, hey, nah, we can go over the mud now. We're not even going to get stuck. Like, if we're going to look at with all like analogies like that. Like, it really does turn every human that puts power armor on into an all-terrain vehicle. Like, if you want to turn a dude into a Humvee, stick him in power armor. It's like that standard bearer. His standards are pretty shit. Well, I mean, it's Nurgle, so he probably enjoys the poopy.
Thorn here. How are you faring, Inquisitor?
Considering that I'm alone, I'd say that I'm making adequate progress.
Alone? Where's the rest of your detachment?
Under some smoldering wreckage.
Well, that's unlucky. But that's all the more demons for us to kill. Let us rejoice in the furious challenge. Thorn out.
I do appreciate Thorn's lust for just murder. This scale's pretty good, and I don't think there's much difference in Crusader and the Admech dude. I actually can't remember. It's been a long time since I played this game, so you're probably right. I just don't remember. Yeah. I think, I mean, the Admech dude, depending on which one we're talking about here, is like rolling around on his skateboard drone. Oh, actually, that is something that comes apart. And the Admech has the spider. Yeah, he's got the ground walker thing. Yeah.
Yes, I purged the place.
How ambitious. I like that. But believe me, there is still much work to be done. You'll find a desecrated shrine next door that leads to the control room.
Oh, joy. A desecrated shrine. Exactly what I wanted. Oof. No, there, suck shit. You walked into my shoots. Oh, jeez. I am glad that I've got auto pickup on. I had a look at my options before and I realised that how many Crusaders I got now anyway. Well, this being the PC version, I've only got 2, actually. I've only got 2. Because... like, I spent a bit of time on one, and then I started an assassin, actually. And, you know, that was fun. Only 2, that's it. That's two lots of power armor. That's like, so you remember when in Lord of the Rings they were like, Bilbo had a chest of mithril, like some mithril chest armor. If only he knew how much that was worth. I feel like that's what I'm running at the moment. I've got like 2 characters with the equivalent of an entire planet's worth of riches just attached to their torsos. The heretics have withdrawn, but more are on the way. I need reinforcements. I know that some of the soldiers from the expedition are alive, but the feral tribe is keeping them captive. I must free them. I'm basically William Wallace.
At least I can send you some reinforcements.
Hey, lads.
Caged up in the desecrated sanctum. Free the guardsmen and bring them to the control room.
I actually forgot that I got some lads. Then again, this is the tutorial level, so you know, lads it is. Occasionally, you'll be accompanied by lads. Thanks, game. This ground looks so sticky.
I'm entering the sanctum of the deck. It clearly used to be an imperial chapel, but the statues there are not familiar. When did this sacred fortress drift away from the light of the God Emperor?
Well, I didn't drift away. It's probably more like pure than you are, bud. Realistically, like the build of the ship anyway. This thing did pump. This thing has been floating around for like 10,000 years or something. And these dudes are doing a lot of yelling for the Emperor while I shotgun shit down. I mean, they are guardsmen. I don't expect much more. They've just got to not run away. Boom, 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 boom. And I need my heavy gunner. Like my heavy bolter. Like, that's my jam in this game. But I don't think I can actually have one until at least level 10.
We don't have much time, Inquisitor. Hurry up and take as many guardsmen with you as you can.
I mean, I'll give it a crack, but that's not even a legal squad for the table, man. Hey, slow down. That was unfortunate. Whee! Look at those guys. Oh, I thought they were going to stay stuck. Oh my guardsman. I eat nails for breakfast. And I act like wet toilet paper if anyone shoots at me. Poor bastards. He's in kill team. Yeah, I think, like... Well, actually, no. I don't have any anyone filling out the roles. They're all your standard troops. If we're going to have a kill team... Actually, no. I think you can just have a standard grouping kill team now, because you don't... I'd like, as much as they've got roles, I think they've just got legal ways to fill different ones.
Filth of chaos from the caverns of the ship. If you want to know what a real battle looks like, I suggest you join me as soon as
Wet toilet paper is a new one. Look, I feel like it's fairly accurate when we look at guardsmen. Because, I mean, if you've got some... If you made body armor of wet toilet paper and then, you know, poked yourself, it's gonna suck. I have an Inquisitor, it's true. Actually, I need to actually check out the, like, just some of the like some of the RPG systems for the tabletop stuff as an Inquisitor, because I know there's a really good one at this power level. You know, to be fair, I shouldn't have said wet toilet paper. I realized that I should have said wet one ply. Because that not only would have sounded better rolling off the tongue, but probably would have also demonstrated how shit tier these guys are.
Starting to pick up huge waves of hostiles approaching your position. Can you hold them off on your own?
Yeah.
A long time ago, I made an oath to protect the Imperium, with no regard for my own life. Do you want to question my...
I don't think she's questioning your dedication, dude. I think she's questioning your ability to kill hordes and hordes and hordes of demons.
Blast through the unclean with the devastating force of my weaponry.
I'll have the transport ship ready, just in case.
I think that's one of the things that I like about the Warhammer 40k universe. Is just that they always add unnecessary words. But they're not like crap unnecessary words. They don't say, I've got very powerful weaponry. They say, I will use the force of my devastating weaponry. And you know, you do you. If that's how you gotta say it, then just keep going, bud. I've reached the control room, but now I must survive the oncoming onslaught of the feral... See, he could have just said, I've gotten to the control room, we need to kill the heretics. But no. I must survive the coming onslaught of the feral heretics. And here we are. Hey, buddy.
Welcome to the Martyr, Inquisitor. Not exactly the army I had imagined, but reinforcements at last.
So, you do realize now that I don't belong to your expedition.
I do, and I regret the confusion. We were not expecting any guests on this Emperor-forsaken wreck. And first I thought that you must belong to Klosterheim's retinue. That fool brought a whole army of busybodies and interrogators with him.
You must tell me everything about this man, his expedition, and the Martyr. But first, I'll disable the teleport jammer.
The cogitator that overrides the jammer is 2 hallways away, and the whole control deck is swarming with feral tribes. Why do you think I'm stuck in this hole? They're keeping us pinned down in here.
Time to turn the tide together, Sergeant.
Inquisitor,
Yep. Come on.
we have a problem.
Now is not a good time.
I'm gonna stick it over here. There you go. Boom. Okay. Can I cogitate? I think I can cogitate while this is happening.
Let's take a look at this cogitator.
Yeah, okay. The warp's in the ship.
Records are disturbing. This Martyr
The
has
warp is in the ship and the ship thinks for itself. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, wave completed.
Well then, that was
Oh, you talked to me while I was trying to get stuff done.
Inquisitor. I'm sure they will drag their filthy god here to help them out.
There what?
We interrogated some of these tribesmen. They are all descendants of the original crew. Anyway, during centuries of drifting through the void, one of their generations forgot about our holy emperor and found new things to worship.
And what would this
I mean, if you're going to spend a couple thousand years adrift in a hell dimension,
It could be anything, if you ask me, but nothing good.
you know.
Inquisitor, listen to me. The monastery is...
I'm in the middle of something. Later.
Oh, Inquisitor. You're such a wacky fellow. Not listening to Captain Van Titty Winter. Boom. Boom. Oh, I've got some scum to shotgun. So I'm probably sounding like really bored and not quite into it, but I am. I really like this game. I'm just very much a sleepy boy. So, you know. Yeah, unclean. Recoil or I'll just keep fucking shooting you. Really, guys? Hey, oh, Kai Thorn must survive is like a thing there? Okay.
Blast of weapons. I wish my brothers were here to hear this canticle of death.
Talking about brothers. Which chapter do you belong to? I'm not familiar with this iconography.
I am Sergeant Caius Thorm of the Stormwatcher Space Marines.
Explain. I don't know that chapter.
I would be truly disappointed if you did. Our existence is secret, our numbers are few, and our burden is terrible. We are the Watchers in the shadows, but rest assured, we are the sanctioned blades of the Calgary Conclave.
Doing what, exactly?
Pooping.
Dying gloriously during classified inquisitorial missions. Could we talk about this later? Ready to fight!
Inquisitor, the monastery shows signs of...
Not now!
There's nothing even going on, bud. Just put turrets everywhere for shits and giggles. To be fair, I think I'm just going to walk through this, like, these turrets and stuff, especially with good old Gaius Thorn over here. I mean, to be fair, I've never actually had trouble with this part of the game. It's always been pretty walk-through-y. This is a tutorial. I keep talking about this like this is main game, but this is technically the part that everyone else just hates and skips. But when I play this, I'm sitting through the story on stream, so want to make sure that this business gets out here. Making the seasonal character too. I should be getting some stuff and some things probably. Don't really know how the seasons work in this, so. But I'll take whatever they're going to give me. I love that they blew up the cover instead of the thing that was shooting them, but, you know, I'm not their god. I don't have to worry about that. Join Caius Thorn.
The Emperor's work, Inquisitor. Keep it up. We've crushed their main forces. Let's move out and disable that jammer.
Before their god arrives?
Trust me, it is already close. I wonder what it looks like.
After we have disabled the jammer, we must find Lord Klosterheim.
Oh, yes. That two-faced hypocrite. I have already lost a battle brother because of him, and then he left me down here to die. But now, move! Ready to fight!
See, the fact that he's pissed off about one, you know, Space Marine Spud dying, I don't know. I'd hope speaks to how few there really are in the grand scheme. But for now, I'm just going to kill everything. And get a Relic of Nurgle, apparently. Don't know what that does. Oh yeah, this guy's going to suck a little bit, maybe.
Oh, traitorous scum! Mockery to your honor! Perish, you filth!
Yeah, he kind of sucked shit there, though. Got very thoroughly stabbed to bits. Yeah, suck that.
Inquisitor, what's happening down there?
I blew up everything, probably including Caius Thorn there.
A twisted mockery of a space marine.
Hellbrute, that's what they're called.
I also have an Imperial Space Marine with grievous wounds, and I want to bring him aboard our ship.
Inquisitor, listen to me. The monastery has turned on the warp drives, and it's ready to leave the star system. Disable the jammer now.
The only way that conversation could have been better is if he said, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?"
I've disabled the teleport jammer.
After he told her to not tell him before.
Inquisitor, you must teleport back before the ship leaves. We don't know where it's headed, and worse, the jealous shields are probably compromised. Warp travel will kill you. Hurry up, you don't want to get stranded over there.
Oh, I do enjoy the beam me up, Scotties. But now we get to watch this giant ship just peace out.
Inquisitor, are you alright?
No, I'm fucked.
I'm back on your ship, leaving the teleportarium as we speak. I need medical assistance down here for the Space Marine. What is happening to the Martyr?
God, those are some big guns.
It was a derelict.
It is a derelict, Captain. It seems to attract the attention of both our allies and enemies. The Martyr is a mystery, but it is very much alive.
And your mystery ship is gone. What happens now?
I will notify the Caligari Conclave. Then we will wait and see.
I'm sure in the lore of things, the Caligari Conclave have been known before this, but this game was the first I heard of them, and I still know that, you know, they exist. That's kind of it. I think they're basically like the combined government thing for this spot in space. But, I mean, that's okay. Who needs context when you've got shoots?
Inquisitor, my astropath has sent your audio log to the Caligari Conclave, as you requested.
Well, he better, because I asked him to do it.
Another local warp surge manifestation swallowed the message whole.
No, actually. We have received an official follow-up on your report.
Oh.
mistake. It's the Imperial bureaucracy. I wasn't expecting to hear from them for a few standard years.
I have no idea what we found out there, but it must be really important. See for yourself.
Inquisitor, we are raising your clearance level. You are henceforth authorized to listen to confidential information without facing immediate excommunication. Your discovery has greatly intrigued the Conclave. You have found a ghost of the past, Inquisitor. The Martyr had strong ties to the Inquisition, and as such, it is very important to us. We all thought that the Fortress Monastery had been destroyed, with the exception of Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim. He dedicated his life to finding the Martyr, only to disappear without a trace. And now, you have proof of both the existence of the Martyr and the whereabouts of Lord Klosterheim. We want answers. Continue this investigation. Evaluate the data. Gather new clues and find the Martyr. Hopefully with Lord Klosterheim on board so he can explain his disappearance. We must remind you that this investigation requires absolute secrecy, and it will be your task, and your task alone.
Our task is
Thanks,
to find a ghost
Grigori.
ship in the vast expanses of the Imperium. How hard could it be?
The Space Marine I rescued was part of the expedition that found the Martyr somehow. If I can interrogate him, I'm sure he can help us.
That man is in stasis at the moment. He was torn into pieces. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a warrior of the Adeptus Astartes is not a simple mortal we can treat.
He's got all those extra organs.
We need a tech priest with unique skills and knowledge of the genetic material of the Adeptus Astartes. We need a Magos Biologus specialist, which could be difficult.
I come from a long line of rogue traders, Inquisitor. I know the secrets of this sector, and I can tell you where to find the tech priest you need.
That's handy.
The Merciful Agony is a hospital fortress in the Chernobog system. It's also a secret research station of the Adeptus Mechanicus. You'll find a Magos Biologus there.
Welcome aboard, Inquisitor. You can do anything you want now. Kind of, but not really. Because you're bitch level. Okay. So. This game does something that I really like. And that is, it just gives you like a plus or minus on a quality thing to tell you whether something's better or worse. Then you can look at the stats as well. And, ooh, that one's got a turret. No. Great sword. Yeah, you know what? Chuck a great sword on instead of a pistol. Yeah, more hits. I do like my participation ribbons. Give me more of them. It's a little subjective at later level, but yeah, no, it definitely does. Initially makes it real easy for you to just churn through gear. So you don't have to, actually flick through every statistic. Once you start getting, specific gear and like bigger rarities and all that kind of stuff, you do end up wanting to take a bit more of a look at what you're doing. Can I buy anything exciting here? Well, that's a better shotgun. I'll take that one. No better swordage. Not a better great axe. Let's look at the armor stuff. Hey, slightly better sentinel armor. I think realistically that's all I'm going to want. Boom. Oh, that's right. I can't, like, change my colors or transmogrify my armor stuff until I get the Mechanicus lad over here, so I guess I better keep going. Spin skill points. I already knew they were there, but I didn't look at them because I'm a sleepy lad. Range combat. Do I want range combat or I want defense first? Because realistically, they're what I'm going to end up running with. May go range combat. There we go. Chuck some range combat on there. Helm Cogitator. Whew. Some space map. I do like the space map. It's a nice touch to the game, but also shows very thoroughly how unoptimized the game is for any systems.
This is Meta Surgeon Agrippa 723 Theta speaking. How can I assist you, Inquisitor?
I have a space marine on my ship with grievous injuries. I need a Major's biologist immediately.
Your request cannot be granted. I suggest that you seek medical assistance elsewhere.
I'm on a special assignment from the Caligari Conclave. I must insist, Genitor. Don't make me ask twice.
Allow me to clarify. The Magos biologist with the required skills is unavailable. Current status. Assigned to priority level research for atonement and gathering of sacred data.
Where can I find this Majos biologist? I've changed his voice like 3 times.
Relay station. We lost contact with the station recently.
Thank you for your cooperation. I'll just go over here and suck dick, won't I? You motherfucker. Oh, I'm getting abusive at her. She's not the one that left. She's not the one that left. Something or other Theodora Lelma, I think, is the one that left. But I'm gonna go and shoot up an entire space station to see if she's there. Because why wouldn't you? Metrodor by Thaliba. I was close. What can you do? A lot of syllables in it. Like most Warhammer names, you just kind of make a noise with your face to get somewhere near it, and everyone knows what you're talking about anyway. Ugh. Didn't realise that noise was going to be so intense. Coming off my face. Oh, there's blood everywhere. Good sign. And Nurgle shit.
The relay station was just the prelude to a full-scale chaos infestation.
Full-scale
The vault station
chaos.
is in total lockdown until the decontamination teams and the
Chaos
Imperial Guard troops arrive,
is a ladder.
and that could take time.
Quarantine doesn't concern me, Captain. Think of me as decontamination crew and support team in one.
Have you seen the sheer size of my shoulders?
Alive.
There are still people on the station. Metrodora Thalema is a sacred priest of the Omnissiah. I believe she can take care of herself.
Like the size of his shoulders. And his boots. Just... I'm gonna be, like... I'm surprised when Spuds can fit through the door. Oh no, I selected that one. That's alright, because I'm gonna kill everyone. Doesn't matter if you select one guy, because you're gonna kill every guy. I have a cone of death. Very different to the usual cones of life. Oh, no. Realised that way too late. But these things are bitches anyway. Oh, hey, buddy. I sure did select you. I've dropped the turret now. So you can snack on some rockety bullets. Rockety bullets that will put your asshole the other side of your ears. I wonder if being a seasonal character gives me any buffs. I feel like it did at some point, or it gave like an ability out of it.
Inquisitor, if you don't mind me asking, why are you so sure this Caius Thorn could help your investigation?
He is a space marine, a legendary defender of the Imperium. It makes him the most important member of Klosterheim's retinue. Even if their relationship was as strained as it seems, he must have been very close to the Lord Inquisitor, who could have knowledge of important details.
I mean, it's not the worst take. Hey, I got like a lot more knockback on this shotgun. So that's nice. I just obliterated that. See, I don't remember selecting a difficulty for this. But I sure am just waltzing through it.
Kill the heretic!
Inquisitor, I have completed the task you gave me. There is no trace of the Martyr anywhere in the logbooks of my ship. This ship is ancient and has traveled everywhere in the sector, and still, nothing.
I suspected that much. It was worth a try.
I wish I had the treasured logbook of my rogue trader clan. It has been in
Foreshadowing.
possession of my family since my ancestor received the warrant of trade.
What happened to that logbook?
It has disappeared when the Inquisitorial Purge destroyed the clan headquarters.
It is indeed quite unfortunate, Captain.
Is default easy mode? Don't know if you get a choice here off the Martyr for the first time. Yeah, I really, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, KO level matches. Yes, I mean, I don't know. I just don't remember it being this much of a stroll through any other time I've played it. But, I mean, who knows? Could get real hard on me later. Oh, they just surrounded me, and then I killed everything. Oh, yeah, there we go. I thought it was over.
Inquisitor,
It's nice that the
suddenly spiked to alarming levels.
oh,
Reach the center of the chaos infestation. Stay alert.
so you can tell it's the center of the chaos infestation because someone went to the trouble of welding a chaos symbol to the floor. Because chaos are nothing if not fucking stylish.
You're in the archives, Inquisitor. Try to find a cogitator that can grant you access to the data vaults.
I love the word cogitator. Especially because everyone like pronounces it differently. So, you know, we'll see that later on when we get the Knight Captain in there.
I missed Magos Biologus on the station. I logged the 3 potential destinations where I could find her. I hope she's worth all this trouble.
Oh, that's right. I've got to go do 3 missions where I basically just get to see if I pick the right one for a bit. That's not the worst. So, You know, 33.3% chance. So. Bane looking motherfucker on the loading screen. Yep. Power axes exist, and so do grenade launchers. But where's my damn heavy bolter? I think I want to keep my turret. I like having a turret in this. Oh, they haven't actually come back up since last mission. Unspent skill points. Let's just go more with ranged. Because, let's face it, that's what I'm going with anyway, and I'm building towards having a heavy bolter. Because I love that thing. Yeah, just go. Just go. Let's go, guys. See, all the space stuff is really pretty, but yeah, this travel between is just balked and has the stop, start, go. Alright, let's go to Iona 5. Which is in itself its own little thing. It's a moon and a planet. Let's go to the frozen wasteland. Everyone loves a good frozen wasteland. I followed the coordinates to one of the possible locations where Metrodorma Thelema could be pursuing her research on the source of the epidemic that devastated the St. Abelard Monastery. Oh, that was a sentence. The area is teeming with hostiles, but our sensors indicate the presence of a small Imperial settlement in the wilderness. I'm going to enter the zone and locate the Magos Biologus. Or, as some people in this would say, the Magos Biologus. Which to me would be spelled Biologgios. So, Biologus. Oh, that's very bright.
According to the coordinates you found, this area is one of the potential locations where your Magos Biologus could be. And
Yeah, Biologus.
got company.
It just doesn't sound right in my head. You got to get a bit more pomp in your voice to say it. You got to get all logos, or biologus. All right. Lol. Suck shit. This game does get very head splattery, especially as you start... Oh man, I was going to say especially as you start leveling up, but I'm already just dropping them, so... It's not the worst problem to have.
Inquisitor, we have received a distress call from a rogue trader in orbit. His transport crew on the ground was attacked by hostiles while moving.
Well, they
local
shouldn't have been
supplies to the local
such
administration cloisters.
bitches then.
They humbly ask you to secure the cargo before the cultists return for the goods.
See, that's what I want manners to be. Fuck saying please. Right, please can you do this? Fuck that. Just say we humbly request. And then ask someone to do something for you. That'll make me give a shit. I have found them.
We'll remove the cargo from the area, but it will take some time. The census located several cultist troops approaching your location. Get ready to defend the supplies.
See, I know that, like, part of the deal is that, you know, Chaos are just like, well, we can just keep throwing lads because their souls just go back to the warp and we'll just reform them anyway. That's why it can technically never win against the warp. It will always have soldiers. It will always have demons. But, come on, guys. I am absolutely destroying every flesh prison you send at me. Like, if it had holes, I'd be shafting them. Just... I mean, they've probably all got holes. I'm just ripping them apart in other ways. So... To be fair, all of these things that we fight so far, they're pretty much all just nurglings and stuff. Problem with this being is that I hate painting nurglings. Not even nurglings, just like, you know, plague marines. They just bug me because they got so many squidgy bits, and you got to make all the squidgy bits look like different squidgy bits, so you can tell how much squidgy bits are there. And it's not necessarily precise, but it's just so much. Are they super easy to paint though? I mean, these little nurglings, yeah. I think I'm more thinking about like the plague marines that are just like, they're basically like spud armor with like intestines hanging out of them on some bone growths. Cream base. Bet you cream your base. Oh, snap. Find a green wash I like. Oh man, green washes. Okay. I found one green wash that I really liked, right? Used it once. No idea where it went. And I'm really frustrated with that because I was like, man, I can use this on everything. And I think the one thing I did use it on was my Imperial Knight, like the big lad's armor. And it just went away. I've never seen that green wash again. I've even been into the Warhammer store, and the one time I was like, I think it's that. They didn't have any in stock. And I'm just like, I don't even remember whose house I might have left it at. It's not in my pile of paint that I have in my little ottoman back here or anything. It's just gone. And, you know, you guys know how expensive those little fucking pots of acrylic paint are. So, it sucked. It sucked. Well, no Magus Biologius Jogius McTrobius here.
That's quite unfortunate, Inquisitor.
Ah, it's fine. She doesn't do shit for me anyway.
So this whole journey hasn't been a complete waste of my time.
We have 2 other sets of coordinates. Maybe you'll find her on the next world.
I actually kind of wish that as I went through those missions, your character got covered in guts and bits and pieces. I would cry if I lost a Games Workshop paint. Yeah, honestly, I got real close. Especially because it was one of those like taller bottles that they do their washes in. They have to be the world's most expensive paint. They are real close, I'm pretty sure. I did see someone do a bit of a comparison. And like, I'll give them that it's good paint. Or, in my experience, it's good paint. It's really easy to use, but yeah, that price tag is fucking intense. I don't like it. You know what? Plasma gun. Why not? I think I'm kind of surprised. Well, actually, I'm probably not. He's probably gone. But yeah, Neon City Daily in the chat there. He, considering how much of it he has, I have been tempted a few times just when I've been wanting to paint, just to go to his place and just hang out and go, oh yeah, do you happen to have this paint? just so that I don't have to go and buy it myself, because he's got so much paint. And Nick's Hobby Store used to have an amazing paint range that is cheaper. Actually, Nick's Hobby Store, still exists out at Sorel, I think. I think they just moved. But I actually never went in there. I never went into that store at all. So I could be thinking of the wrong store. That is always a possibility. I just know that there is a Nick's hobby shop that is turned up out at Sorel now. So oh, the original store is Sorel. Okay, because I only ever saw the one I think that was in Moona or Glenorchy maybe. But I saw the one that was closer. Yeah, they used to have an amazing plant range. They went in Moona. That's the one that I was thinking about, Moona, that they had. To be fair, yeah, the only reason I knew there was one in Sorel is because of that job I had where I was sitting in a truck and delivering things for a while. We drove past it a bunch of times, and I was almost like, do I say stop? Like, do I hang out for a minute and just check that place out? Because I've genuinely got no idea what's in there. I've been into McCann's. The owner of that store is the Pinecrest kid? No way. I mean, actually, yeah, fully understandable way. That makes a lot of... Yeah.
This is the second location where Omega's biologus could be. Unfortunately, the area is swarming with hostiles.
It's not Pinecrest tough. It's not tough enough. Oh, that poor kid when they made him do the ads while his voice was breaking and shit. That's... Oh, man, I almost want to go and shop there out of, like, pure... I'm sorry you had to go through that, bud. But yeah, no, I've... His dad owns Pinecrest. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've gone into, like, McCann's Model World. But I just never... Yeah, I was just never around the place. Hobby shop's in the shed next door. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. I think I just kind of assumed that old mate just wanted to make some extra cash. Rent it out, but...
An alarm signal? Really? You are too late. The soothing sound of silence.
And I'm feeling like I might have to do a trip down there at some point then. If they're going to have paints for me that I can do. So much stuff, collectibles and everything. Yeah, cool. Ah, I'll scratch my head. Yeah. I can't go without you. I mean, you know, that's fine with me. Like, yeah. I'm perfectly fine with doing a duo trip, for sure. I'm always keen to, yeah, see any store that might have stuff that's going to make it cheaper and easier for me to not get financially bankrupt because of Warhammer 40k. Add to your Christmas list. You did a lot of adding to that today already. You were fairly thorough about being, you know, making sure that you found many a thing that you didn't realize were about before. And to be fair, I could understand all of it because it was all pretty rad. Man, I don't like this plasma gun. We only went to Zing. It's not that big of a list. Yeah, but we had the extra helpful store assistant go, "Oh, have you seen these though?" He certainly helped your cause, I feel. Actually, to be fair too, I yet again I'm a fucking hermit. Like, yet again, it was like, oh, Zing, I haven't gone there in years. I'm like Gandalf running around Moria every time I go to anywhere. I'm just like, I have no memory of this place. I'm old and crotchety. So... Oh, hello, friend. Rather not have you as a friend, especially not a friend from behind. Doing better than you, Kale. Man, I got to admit, because I started working closer to home now, it really hit me today how little I've travelled more than my tiny sphere of influence over the last month or two. But yes, I won't fight you on that one. Yeah, I know that I get out a bit more than you, but but yes, friend from behind was unfortunate, but I did manage to murder him before he ate my asshole. So, in the context of 40k, eating my asshole is not the fun that people on TikTok seem to think it is. Like, I mean, there's a certain level of like looking at fictitious creatures and going, yeah, in that universe, if that was normalized, I could be a monster fucker, but not these guys. Not these guys. Anything in the 40k universe is going to ruin you.
Priests in their elusive ways. Do you copy, Captain? The Magos Biologus is not here.
I'm really sorry, Inquisitor. We'll travel to the last set of coordinates then.
I have a lost fortress monastery to find. I hope she can help my investigation. For her sake.
Also, I just realised that I went to 2 out of the 3 things and didn't find her. And that guy's in half. Good for him. Well, he has a massive fucking head, though. Alright. There's a chest there that I didn't bother going to get. I'm really, really on the ball tonight. If there's a ball, a perfectly spherical ball, I'm all over it and balancing down the street at this point. Oh, hey, unlocked storm shield. Storm shield? Shields. Shields and bolt guns. I didn't already have bolt guns? Alright. Time to see what this looks like. No, I don't like flamers in this. Okay. But yeah, right. That's got better armor and it's got some shoot shoots. I'll take the shoot shoots. I really haven't used my greatsword that I equipped for, I can only assume, no reason at this point. Maybe I'll try and use it for the next level. And then I'll get cranky at it and I'll call it a day. I'll get cranky at it and go back to using the weapon I already had. Nah. Alright. Actually, to be fair, I might not get cranky at it and use the plasma gun because I am kind of annoyed by the plasma gun. For the gun it is, it just doesn't have the rapid fire that I like. So, you know. What are you gonna do? Swap to another fucking weapon. I just really want a heavy bolter. That's key for me. That's how I like to play this game. I just like to have the big heavy bolter chain gun doom machine. And the easiest way to get that is going to be to go through the game like this. I just thought, you don't fight orcs in this, do you? Like, I know you shoot Eldar, you shoot a whole bunch of chaos stuff, I'm pretty sure you shoot... Yeah, you fight Tyranids. Because I remember them potting shit at me. But you don't fight orcs. That's kind of weird to me now. I've just realised. I hadn't even thought about that until right now. But whenever I think of like Warhammer 40k combat, like everyone obviously always goes, oh, the space spuds, because they're everywhere and you see them all the time on everything. Elder needs different spiky boys. Yeah.
At least your search is drawing to a close. This is the last location where your Magos Biologus could be.
Well, I'm going to great sword it up for a little bit.
Chaos hostiles. She really has a...
See, I will admit, I appreciate that the Eldari, like the... Oh, they're rumoured with the sister character that's coming out? That's cool. That's cool. Actually, one of the other things that I'm keen about... don't like the shield. Don't like the sword, I mean. One of the things that I'm liking, actually, about that expansion that's coming with the sister character is that, it's going to have, like the Mechanicus one did, its own story. But with the Mechanicus one, and, if you've got a Mechanicus character, you can't actually hang out for the story and stuff with people in the vanilla one. And when it's coming, yeah. When is very much an operative word there, because I thought it was coming at early this year, but who knows. But when the sister character expansion comes out, apparently they're looking at making it so that you can just kind of join whoever, so you can actually, get back to the root of the game and properly co-op everything again. Which is realistically what I thought was the only downfall to the Mechanicus expansion, because I really liked that character, I had a lot of fun playing around with it, but couldn't really do anything like hang out with people. They realised they fucked up on Admic. Yeah, so I just... Oh, God, you know what? Fine. Great swords don't overheat.
The Imperial Navy has launched Marauder bombers as a counterattack. They will bomb the entire area. Find cover.
Coming 2022, release December 30th. Man, that is bold, giving it a release date at all. Because, yeah, like I said, I thought it was March this year it was set for, but we all, we all missed out then. Oh, I've got a spin to win button. Nice.
Such a cruel trap against an Inquisitor. A few turrets won't stop me.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. It was announced 2021 Skull Day Warhammer Fest. Yeah, I thought that was when it was. That's usually when they announce stuff like that. And they know that this game has a pretty intense fan base and community too, which is good because it's kept being supported. We've got another season. The game got fixed because when it first came out, it was pretty shit. Just in general, it's gotten a lot of support, and oh god, I'm getting my ass kicked. And it has gotten a lot better than it was at launch, and they do seem to be focusing on it, but they just, haven't given us the expansion that everyone's waiting for. And, I don't know if that speaks to the publishing house or to the dev team, or obviously I'd rather it come out complete and not busted, and especially if they add proper co-op back to the expansions, hell yeah. But give me my damn co-op, give me my sister character. I want to be able to be like None with Gun, murder yo face. Admech is a hard life. I mean, kind of. Although they did get just the tabletop game itself. I did see that tier ranking that Auspex Tactics did, and he genuinely just put them pretty much at the bottom with their state of play at the moment. Just if we're talking about the tabletop game, poor lads, those poor cybernetic lads. They did get that really cool XCOM style game though. I've forgotten the name of it. If someone else can remember the name of that, that'd be awesome, because I really like that game. Is it just called Mechanicus? It might just be Mechanicus. You know what, you little turd burglar? Just give it up. There we go. Just started Lost Crusade on mobile. Started Lost Crusade on mobile. Do I know what Lost Crusade is? I don't know if I do. They were really good a little while ago. Yeah, well, they, like, 40k mobile game, alright, fair enough. I think I tried one and I wasn't super keen on something in it. But I also like find out, I also have a really hard time sticking with, they suffered greatly from the CP changes. I also have a big problem with actually sticking to mobile games. I tend to forget about them pretty regularly. Yeah, so Kale, I'm pretty sure said, I think it was because I said that the game was Mechanicus. And yeah, Mechanicus looks pretty good. They suffered greatly from CP changes. Yeah, AdMech on the tabletop. There was a whole one, like the CP changes recently that basically meant that you had less to use. And AdMech kind of being built on, not necessarily to like an Eldar tier, but like a very high tier of using shenanigans to get through stuff. I think, yeah, that was unfortunate for them. Really solid looking Grey Knights one recently.
I spoke too soon, Inquisitor. The Marauder bombers are launching a second wave of bombardments.
Not the Marauder launches. It's almost like they're full of penis in their eye. I'm actually pretty keen though to get in a couple games with your AdMech Neon City Daily, just NCD, because, I mean, I feel like there's stuff there that you can do if you know the if you know your models. And that seems to be, well, that's what I kind of feel about them, in the way that they just like having a look at their codex and stuff. They have a bunch of stuff that I'm just like, I haven't even considered that. And because I haven't even considered that, and I had to sit there and look at the codex to see that, you know, surely other people haven't considered that. And ironically, I think they became a horde list. Yeah, like you get their ranges. I guarantee they are a pretty good horde list, because if you take their ranges and you go, alright, here we go, lads. If they shoot you first, you suck and die. Consistently. Like, they like tier 4 in the competition scene, but that really lines up with just playing with mates. Yeah, no, it's definitely like, yeah, one thing to be low tier in a comp scene and be winning tournaments, another thing to be playing with your friends in a room on a table that floats down from the ceiling. But yeah, if you take them as a horde list, they have a lot of shoot. They don't have a lot of not get die. They have a lot of shoot. And so, they killed the tank before I got to use it. They did, well, it did, and then, look, like your Strider, your runner, managed to take out that tank, but then I did next turn just use a couple of my standard troop units to kill it. So that's where I think, like, the AdMech are at the moment. Like, they are really good shooty shoots, but they aren't balanced out enough that if you don't quite know them, you can't take that much advantage of it. You don't count what happened after the... I do. I count what happens after the tank dies, because that was the first time I fielded that tank, and I didn't even get to use it. So the rest of the game is what matters to me. I still haven't used that again, actually, because I still haven't actually played another 40k game since then. So that's all that tank has done. Turn up, die.
How often do you have the opportunity to work on one of the angels made flesh?
This new information requires me to reconsider.
Some units that are stronger in melee. I haven't fielded before, so he's hoping. Yeah, man, I feel like you getting more melee units was going to be... It was the next step for you, very obviously, because you like I said, you had real good shoots, but as soon as stuff got to you, you melted. And Duck, salty, yes I am, and yes I was, and yes I forever will be, because that isn't the first time that NCDs just turned around and killed a unit that I was like, this is the first time I'm fielding this. And he used an ability, right, when he was shooting this thing, to give him one more wound that he output. And he got just enough wounds to take that tank out. If he was one less, that tank would have turned around and just lived and shot things and been a cool guy. But he used an ability to squeeze one more wound out of it. This guy, I am salty. I am salty, NCD. I will never say that I'm not salty about that. It's like, remember, if it makes you feel any better, Jamie tabled me in Sigma. He tabled you in Sigma? Sounds like it sucked for me. No, like, it wasn't too bad, Duck, really. Like, he took out one unit and then, like, you know, I got to basically walk all over what he had at me. Like, what he had used to try to hit me, I did manage to then turn around and overcome. I was just a little bit... I'm just salty that I didn't get to use that one model to do it. Also, okay, so NCD, you made some poor choices. What a mess that amount of wounds would have done elsewhere. Oh, the 11 wounds. Yeah, no, he could have wiped out an entire squad and then, like, split some fire to something else if he wanted, but he took out that tank. And to be fair, that tank kind of needs to be taken out if you're fighting me, because it is a hard hitter. But yeah, NCD... Oh, he made some poor choices and Jamie drafted a better army. I get tunnel vision when people put big units on the... Yeah, well, the one time I fielded fucking Morty, you did go and kill that too, after he turned one Marine into paste on the ground. But yeah, so I 1,000-point army and he tabled you in Age of Sigmar. I don't think I saw that coming, because I mean, you play a pretty elite army, so I kind of figured that you would have the roughest, toughest of lads. NCD. I do know I do know Immortal Gorgrons cannot be killed. Immortal Gorgrons. See, because I know that survived 3 turns without a single attack landing on him. His name is Lucky. Oh man. Especially in Age of Sigmar where it's like 9/10 of it is melee. Like, yeah.
I need an update on the space marine.
I mean, when you've got a big dude, because you know, when you've got a dude that's the size of a house swinging what I'm assuming was a hammer because you play Stormcast NCD, moved your elite HQ way ahead of the rest of my forces and she died instantly. Oh man, yeah, you made
Talk to him. You can talk to me, Inquisitor.
you made some
To answer all your questions, though.
also killed by the Gorgon. Yeah, look, NCD, I think
With all due respect, I can't go.
I think maybe you need to play a couple more
Necessary clearance.
games and learn your army a bit. learn your important units there, cause
Working for the Inquisitor.
yeah,
Galley sector for a very long
I didn't know my army. She moved 9 inches, and then I realized that my other boys can only move 3 to 4. Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Like if you spend more time playing your army, you'll learn it.
to die
And so maybe that means that there's more games for you guys on the horizon.
by the Emperor, yes. But no, I don't think
First time we both played our armies. Actually, that was Tuppence. You used the big hitty choppy smacky orcs, didn't you, for that one?
he is seeking something there. But I have no idea where they
Yeah, Stark. That is pretty much what he means. Got some nice picks though. Good, because you guys actually have some fully painted armies for Age of Sigmar, and they do look pretty good.
They helped him to find the wreck. They have our research sanctum on Cardian 2 in the Schöneborg system.
That's a lead of sorts. They might help me to find the monastery again.
Oh, okay. Unspent attribute points. Toughness. Okay. Passives. Let's chuck some more into ranged. Okay, I allow links. Yeah, I do allow links. Alright, yeah, first game with two fully painted armies. Yeah, both in 40k and Age of Sigmar. We definitely wanted to play before we had stuff painted. And to be honest, I slowed down real hard on the painting because it's just such a barrier of entry for me. Some of those models look amazing. This is Duck. Yeah, no. I think I remember actually showing Duck some of the models for Age of Sigmar, because we were just talking about the games we were all looking at getting into, and the stuff I'd kind of been painting and the stuff I was planning on looking at. And I think I ran Duck through some of the armies to take a look, and that was the first time I actually had a good look at the army ranges that were there. And there are some just really nice models throughout that whole range. Doesn't even matter what faction you look at, there are some just really tasty models. Especially some of the bigger ones, which is not something I usually say. Good though. Glad he pivoted to Iron Jaws, says Tuppence. Like them much more than the Cruel Boys. Yeah, I think
My assumptions were correct.
I would think that the Iron Jaws are a bit more your style, Tuppence, where you get to just melee things into itty bitty pieces. Instead of where the Cruel Boys are like, let's do some tricksy hobbit stuff. Like you've either got orcs that are into crumping, which is what I figured you'd probably be more into, or the Cruel Boys are very very much the sneaky orcses. Which, to be fair, they're pretty cool too, I think. But yeah, I definitely see you more working with the Iron Jaws. Well, hang on. We've got a link in chat. What do we got here? Yep, we got God. We've got NCD throwing up the photos from that he took of their game. Damn, look at that sick paint job. Like you didn't do that, Tuppence, yeah. But no, that is a tasty paint job on that big old rider. Big old rider. He looks very murdery. I hope he did the work. I hope he did a good amount of work for you in that game.
It has nothing to do with the whole complex being weirdly abandoned.
Careful, Captain. You are being sarcastic again.
He did some moderate work, okay. I guess, yeah, you probably... He missed a lot of his hits, really. That's kind of surprising. I kind of figured big hand, big smack. Big swoopy smack, but... You know, I guess that doesn't account for dice rolls. The second link you can see lucky. Oh, that, yeah, so the gore grunter that survived 3 rounds of not getting murdered. Just bad rolls. Yeah. I mean, let's face it, Tuppence, you've been there for plenty of my games where I've just gone, wow, I can't do anything because these dice are fucking cursed. So... And to be fair, I'm pretty sure Duck's been there for a lot of games where I've sat there going, why is nothing working? Why can nothing hit? So, you know. I need new dice. I have had to talk myself out of buying more dice so regularly, but I am also of the mind that I need more shortly. Because if I'm going to play more games, I want dice that I'm not going to consider to be cursed.
Inquisitor, you have visitors. They seem to target the Cogitator.
Then I will do my best to protect it.
See, her saying Inquisitor, you have visitors, reminded me of the fact that I want a doormat that says, did you call first?
Is
Written on it.
over? Has the Cogitator survived the encounter?
Certainly. It could be evidence in my investigation, after all.
I'm not cocky at all, I'm just investigatoring. See if you can spot the Guild Wars 2 reference in those pics.
Do you have any idea?
See, I'm just hoping that, as accidental as it may be, I'm just hoping that someone can spot it and let me know before I, so I don't have to take time to go and look.
How are you planning to proceed?
I mean, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure I'll be happy to know it's there. I am a bit busy murdering corrupted eradicators. Okay, cogitator, cogitating.
The hostiles are wreaking havoc on the corridors.
Don't worry. I'll make sure that they don't destroy this cogitator. Perish, Bill!
Damn. You quit it. Stupid noggin bit. I'm really enjoying how good this game looks at the moment. It's because I'm sitting closer to it than usual to play this.
Gas trap? Not a boring day.
Gas trap. You can only assume that right now Kale is poring over those images. Fresh character? Yeah, well, a new season started. So, I figured why not? I'll go through, I'll start on the season, I'll run through the game, I'll let all the story play, and I'll see how much stuff that I end up with as I go. Because I've started seasonal characters on this before, but I've never actually spent enough time running through them in the game. Is this the sister DLC? No, I wish it was the sister DLC. The sister DLC hasn't come out yet still. Nope. Even though it was supposed to be out in March this year. So at this point, we wait and hope. Wait and hope. Yeah, no, if this was the sister DLC, you know I'd be swinging power armor tibbies.
I'll make sure the cogitator survives this engagement.
But no. The unfortunate thing about that is, like I was talking to these guys about before, is that yeah, we can't like expansion AdMech play that in co-op properly unless we're all an AdMech guy, which sucks. Which, you know, is something that apparently looked like I had some sister robes on from behind. I wish.
On a mythical ship that shouldn't even exist, this is not disturbing at all. So what next?
This infiltration team must have a commander.
It blows, yeah, solid chode. Solid chode is getting blown about that.
And we need those tech priests alive, if they are still alive.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to them. There's only one that matters, and he's the guy that can let me colour my armour the way I want. I just realised. See, I'm having trouble working out. I was looking forward to that. Oh, there, you're looking forward to the Sisters DLC, Duck? Because we played this a bit on the Xbox, didn't we? Like, because yeah, you ended up installing Martyr, and we played a bit of this on the Xbox. Which, yeah, I am super keen to do more of that again. I am up for any excuse to play this game. But yeah, no, actually I remember that was when we played it, I think. There was some stuff about that sister DLC being on the way. When you had an Xbox, yeah. Yeah, when you, before your Xbox decided to be unhappy about life, yeah. Makes me sad that your Xbox decided to give up like that. I'm sure it makes you sadder because it was your Xbox. Clue.
Mission accomplished. I found.
Xbox Y, yeah, Xbox Y is correct, Tuppence. It was a very particular moment because I actually think like I when Duck's Xbox died. Oh no. What? Hang on. When Duck's Xbox died, I think I was literally like going like, yeah, tonight we're gonna play, and I think it was Sea of Thieves, maybe. I don't know. We were gonna play something, and I was like, yeah, tonight's the night. Good, I've unlocked Heavy Bolters. And then the Xbox gave it. So, Nick, did I see there is a new Dragon Ball game? I did. I don't know anything about it beyond that. Like that's all I know. That there's a Dragon Ball game happening. That's it. So, feel free to enlighten me on what's happening within that. Because I don't know. From what I can tell, Dragon Ball Z crossed with Dying Light? What do you mean crossed with Dying Light? You're like parkour over buildings while, I don't know, Vegeta has a tantrum or something? Like, maybe more like Evolve. Oh, Evolve. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, okay. No, Evolve in my brain makes more sense. The asymmetrical lad murder. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense in my head. I can. You're a jobber who has to get away from like Frieza. Oh man, does that mean you make your own Dragon Ball Z guy? Cause that'd be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Make your own Dragon Ball Z lad. Go and be a jobber in the Dragon Ball Z land. Okay, well, I'm gonna buy that heavy machine gun. Make your own civilian, yes. Yeah, nice. 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 Oh man, I need to set up a nice button for my stream. Okay. Gonna have overheated weapons. I'm not gonna use overheating weapons anymore because I have them. So there we go. Alright. Bear with me just a second, guys. I'm just gonna very quickly duck off for a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Where are we? So when a character unexpectedly kickflips like in today's stream, I can hit that button. Oh man, yeah. No, actually, I was out all day, so I did miss the Judgment stream. I'm keen to see some Judgment though. Ooh, talk to Steven. Little Black Duck didn't know there was a new Dragon Ball game. Yeah, it's on the way. So, and yeah, like Tuffin said, there's a beta. So, I mean, I'm always keen to see what happens with Dragon Ball games. I actually really like their like wibbly-wimey time streamy one. Whatever it was called. So, you know, you got to make your own character there and battle things in the wibbly-wimey, timey-wimey stream. But yeah, this one, if you get to make a lad and like you get to co-op, like hang out and try to not get ruined by, you know, Dragon Ball villains, that's got to be intense.
I should pay these rascals a visit. Who knows? They might give up valuable information.
You can be very persuasive. I can vouch for that.
I'm glad I figured out how to use the quick menu in this. The actual menu in this is a nightmare. It's the worst part of the game, is the menu system in this. But I'm on the pirate vessel. Intel indicates that the feral beasts have strong ties to a pirate clan native to the system. The cogitators on their vessel should contain useful information, like all of their passwords and usernames for hot porn for you, XXXimperium.net. And eat it. Welcome to the land of Nick having a chain gun. And so I never need to do anything ever again, unless they stand behind cover like that, you little bitch. Who uses cover? Just get yourself some power armor. Hey, level. What's that shrine? Okay. Shiny shrine. Shrine of Judgment. Oh, geez. They certainly turned up. Never had that happen before. I'll assume that's a seasonal thing. The Inquisitor will just kill you all. How about that? Oh man, I hope that like control pad rumble isn't coming through the mic. If it is, can someone let me know if the control pad rumble's like hammering through? Because I just noticed that now with this gun it just continues while I'm firing. Hey, what are you doing? Alright. Oh, that way. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't being as painful to do as I remember this being. You go away. Had a very large gun, but he didn't know how to use it, so he was a little bitch. Doesn't matter about the size of the gun. If you think you've got to clean your eye out with it, you're certainly not going to have any success. Talking about spitting on me and stuff, that's tough talk for someone within chain gun distance. A gas trap. See, I'm assuming there must be. I've got like 4 wibbles around me, and they're all getting whatever that is on them. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to. Don't want to spend the effort looking at her. So, it's got to be something to do with the seasonal pass stuff thing. Seems like it would take a bit too much time and effort to look at. Unsanctioned Psycho. Well, I'd hope so. They're hanging out with the Chaos Gods. I'm leveling up like a bizatch, though. Hey, another heavy bolter. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's got more damagey go boots. I always like more damagey go boots on my damagey go weapons. I'm just super excited that I finally got it, because this is just the weapon that I use. Oh, you can refuse to be a slave all you want. I'm gonna turn you into pieces of meat. Ah! Unless, of course, you keep summoning more lads. Alright. Oh, Oh, man, the lag spikes in this are so odd. Everything's fine until suddenly it's not. And then it all goes wrong.
I would rather have my tech priest dealing with this.
I'd rather have your tech priest dealing with this too, because then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But you know what? I was just thinking, if Tuppence is still there, I know he'd be keen on it. I feel like if there was gonna be a good stream fighter, I feel like Dragon Ball FighterZ would be it. It is a really, really good fighting game, coupled with the fact that it looks really, really good. Where's the time? Oh, okay. Yep. Everything's cool. Yep. All right. Captain Van Tiddlywinks, I think.
Analyze the cogitated data you found. The beasts indeed rely on these pirates for weapon supplies and delivery runs.
Do we have anything to proceed with?
We do. We have the direct connection and a place of meeting, but we don't know the location.
Yeah, fighters is fun. Yeah, man.
Let us use
Especially because, you know,
contact
it's a team one as well.
of these pirates.
I like the dynamic of having your 3 fighters that you work through. Oh no, it's a thing. Okay. Oh damn! I haven't even looked at these properly. %5% damage bonus on kill 5 seconds stacks up 10 times. I'm going to keep that because that's damage. 1% supreme critical hit chance, 1% plus 1 critical hit strength for 5 seconds on kill. Did you say you wanted to play now? In the future, I'm thinking Tuppence. I'm thinking maybe, see, we did our cool guy thing last night and played Guilty Gear. Maybe next week we play some FighterZ. That being said, I will completely forget about actually trying to check the game out at all. And we'll probably be installing it the day before we play. Because that's what I do. Man, Relic Las Pistol. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yep, Void Shield. I do like a good Void Shield. Get out of here with your plasma pistol. Pistols. Everything in its pistols. I don't need pistols. I got a chain gun. Nice, I won't touch it so we can fumble at the same time. Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds good. We can, because neither of us have, I think the last time we touched that game, we played it together. And it took us a good few rounds to settle in. Just because it does have not necessarily complex controls, but just a bit of a learning curve on it. I kind of think of it the same as I think of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, in the way that you know, you can play it, you can pick it up and go, and you can be semi-competent, but after a while you do kind of start picking and choosing your go buttons. So, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I mean, hell, I might even Has a few moving parts, yeah. Well, I think that's the thing is too that like team games add to fighters that a lot of other ones don't. Is that you then it's like, oh, that's my main. Okay, that can be your main, but how does your main kind of synergize with the other two? The other two characters on your team. It's basically MVC 2 and 3. Yeah. And I think that was the thing. Like, I actually ended up finding a really good mix in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, actually. I never found a good one in 2 because I just didn't spend enough time in it. But Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I kind of found, like, my team. And I know that with Dragon Ball, I'm still fine-tuning that. I'm still figuring out who I want all of my characters to be, because like my mains ended up being Broly, which yes, I get that he's DLC, yes, I get that he's high tier, and that kind of makes me a bit of a bitch, but I like his grapples, and like how he plays meshes with me really well. I like how he plays. But for my other two characters, it's just like, well, Goku, because he's like basically Ryu from Street Fighter, and that's my baseline for everything in a fighter. And I've just never figured out that third one. Like I've taken Krillin pretty regularly, but I don't know. I just never figured out my third. Being honest, I prefer 1v1 over tag team, but I enjoy it nonetheless. Yeah, well, I think the trade-off there is that 1v1 games you tend to get kind of faster games out of. And I do think that's interesting. Which Broly or Broly? Big Lad Broly. The biggest of the Brolys is the guy that I like playing. His moveset works really well for how I tend to run. I see. Yeah, I don't know. Like 1v1 stuff is interesting with the fact that it's it's obviously going to be faster because you've only got one life bar to get through on someone. Actually, you know what I never played? You like the other? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were running the other Broly. Actually, last time we had a crack. What was I even going to say then? I don't know. It's gone. It's out of my brain. Oh yeah. So was something that I haven't done, and it almost feels like it's almost sacrilege a little bit, especially because it's been on sale for like $5 a whole bunch of times. I never actually tried Street Fighter V. Didn't even pick it up. I don't even own it. And, me back in like the early 20 teens, that's sacrilege. I just never thought to myself, I better grab it. They just didn't do it. I think because they made it they didn't bother at this point. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely not, with the fact that 6 is on the way. And 6 looks pretty good. Well, no, I find that the graphic style of it's a little bit ugly sometimes, but 6 looks pretty good. I like the style of it, but I don't know if I like the style of it on the characters, maybe? I don't know. It's been a while since I saw anything for it. I might have to watch the trailer again so I can put it in my brain. Yeah, 5 was PlayStation and PC only. Yeah, and that threw me a little bit. Yeah, no, that the fact that it was that only threw me a little bit there. 6 was beautiful. Their style looks way better. They're like how they're styling it and how they're coloring it looks leagues better than 4. 5. Yeah, 6. Yeah, that's the one. 6. Wow. I'm getting lost. There's too many sequels. Although at least we're just getting like one big sequel. We're not getting like 4 Fifth Strike 2nd edition Nitrous Hunter or something. But to be fair, those editions of the old ones are really good. They helped fund development for Street Fighter V. Yeah, I thought that was what went on there, because I know they didn't necessarily buy anything. I just knew they threw some money somewhere. But to be fair, Street Fighter for me is generally Well, no, I say for me, Street Fighter for anyone playing me is probably a relatively boring affair because I only play Ryu. He's just my lad. So, like the middest mid-tier guy you've ever seen. Have I seen the new reveal stuff for 6 at TGS? No, actually, I haven't seen anything from TGS. I just haven't kept up with it. I feel like I should have, but yeah. Homeless Ken. Also, there's a guy called Jamie. Oh man. So you've found your main. You've found your main. You haven't even. The game isn't even out. You found your main. Yeah, I will admit, like, back in the day, when I had to choose between, you know, because I was a kid with 50 cents to my name, he drinks as he fights. Oh, geez, maybe I'll need Jamie as my main, too. It's although, to be fair, I didn't make Monkey Man from Dead or Alive my main, so, you know, as much as I want him to be my main, my theming might not work out. But, yeah, the only thing I really see... Monkey Man. Yeah, you remember Drunk Monkey Guy? Brad Wong, that's his name. And we kept... Okay, no, this is like... Alright, Tuppence and Norks lore, like deep lore dive, story time. His name was Brad Wong. But he got introduced during the Dead or Alive game... that me and Jamie would spend a lot of time drinking well into the night and playing until we were incredibly tired. And that concluded in the fact that Brad Wong got called Bad Dong a whole bunch of times, and we thought we were fucking hilarious. And I mean, we were, but it's very much a play on I think it really speaks to how me and Tuppence kind of start looking at things when we're about 23 hours into being awake and we've gone through a carton of something. So, damn it, Bad Dong! Ah, it's Bad Dong again. Yeah. Christy was Birdwoman. Yeah, because she was a fucking asshole. Oh. Christy had this weird ability to be Bird Lady. I think it might have been Bird Lady, because Bird Lady's easier to say quicker. Bird Lady makes more sense to me because, yeah, we were looking for the least amount of syllables possible, I think, while we were yelling these names. She did so many pecks. Man, Dead or Alive, whatever happened to that? Whatever, like, how is the state of 6 now? Do we know? Because, I mean, I know it went on that free-to-play model. And we tried it, not long after it first came out, and it ran like garbage on Australian internet. I am on better internet now. 6 came out and was not great. Yeah, that's all I really remember, is that it wasn't very good. I don't know if they might have made it worse. Made it worse. Hopefully they didn't make it worse. Made it better, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, I'm on much better internet than I was when we first tried it. If we played it, it would run fine. Yeah, cool. Because that was one of the issues that we had initially. Was just that, yeah, it just did not want to run over my connection at the time. Because that was, to be fair, I think that was when I was back in the caravan, maybe. I was somewhere where it wasn't good, basically. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be adverse to trying a Dead or Alive 6 shot, but I'm also not expecting much out of it because I know that we really didn't go much on it. when it came out. And as much as I hope they've improved it, I don't know. Had like a 5 to 6 year stint of wireless connections. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. We can have fun with it, I think. Well, I mean, either way, we're going to yell at it. So, that's always a good time. I want a power sword. Not on this lad. No iron, though. Yeah, no, it's... Well, they... Because what is it? As far as the story's concerned, iron was only in the one game because he didn't have his memory. And so now he's... Hayate? I think... is now his silly Billy name. And so, you know, in their infinite wisdom, they don't think that we want our iron back, but iron was really cool. They gave us who was it? Hitomi. But she's not iron. So, you know, very, very different setup, I think. Is it Hitomi? Karate gi chick? Hunting for iron, being pissed off when Hayate's like, no, I'm not him now. I don't know. Someone.
Yes. We know the location of the beast's hideout and
Hitomi, yeah.
information about the captured tech priest.
Excellent. Assemble an infiltration team and send them in to extract the tech priest. I'll provide diversion by taking care of the main forces.
Ugh. Oh. Don't get tired now, Nick. You were going to do a couple more missions. Joke's on you. I've been tired all night. Sorry, guys. You're going to see me lube up my tattoo. I just remembered that I hadn't moisturized for a bit. Like a good thorough bit, actually, most of the day. It's starting to feel a little bit unhappy with me. There we go. And boopity boop boom, boom boom. I'm kind of liking how, like for a game that looks the way this does and that plays the way this does, I'm having a pretty chill time with it. So. I don't know. I'm thinking something like this might be a regular for my Sunday nights, maybe, or a regular for some nights. Because I mean, I've only really got one night in my Twitch schedule that's a given for every week, and so I'm thinking I might need to chuck on another one somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh, I got another shrine that has big yellow bits. Boom. Hey. Okay, that did something. I guarantee it was something cool, even though I'm not sure what it was. I'm level 17 already. That's not a bad run for single playering this. It's a fairly constructive night. I saw you, baby. Shaking that giant-ass club. Shaking that giant-ass club. Oh, damn. keep seeing these like dots of light. I'm not sure what they're from. I've seen them a couple times now. They don't seem to be coming from or going anywhere, and they're taller than my character, so I'm pretty sure I didn't make them. Oh, jeez, that took a while. I had to shoot past the cover. If I had to, I mean, just didn't walk over there. Those classic graphical glitches. This is a classic. Tell you what, actually, I haven't played a lot recently that has too many glitches that have been, like, really egregious. Not for a while, actually. Like, I've had some like, off-kilter behavior glitches from NPCs and stuff when I've been playing Cyberpunk lately, but nothing, like, super intense graphically lately. Actually, I was going to ask Tuppence, how was Judgment today? While you're playing that, is that living up to the pedigree that it's come from, as far as those games are concerned? I mean, I'm guessing it is because you're still playing it, and you know, I'm expecting it to be good, but just figured I'd better ask the question instead of assuming. You can spit on my Emperor all you want, it's not me, so I'm the one that's here to kill you. But the Emperor is everywhere, so technically every time you spit, the Emperor catches it. It's probably his kink at this point. Though to be fair, I don't know if I want to think about what the Emperor's kinks would be too much. Some psychic entity stuck on a chair for the rest of his forever. Oh, there's that line of doom. You know what? Everyone go away. Oh no, not more. There you got him. Got him. Got him with a D's nuts. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Hibble hobble up to the pibble pobble. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, get. Alright. What are we on? We're on the time. Tell you what, guys, I'm gonna do one more mission. I reckon I'll go do one more mission, and then I'll probably have to call it for the night. Go get myself ready for work. See if I can pretend to sleep. And see where it goes from there. Oh, geez, did I not sell stuff last time? Didn't realize I got this much gear. Oh, that's, you guys made almost a rhyme. Well, kind of a rhyme. I want cake. I had some pudding. Oh, sticky date. You know, that is a song if ever I heard one. Just that is the only song. I want a cake. I had some pudding. Oh, sticky date. Din, din. You know it. I need that to be award winning. Sticky date also next. Oh, jeez. Tinder's a horrible place, man. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. It is a horrible place. Like some of the descriptions I've seen of people on there, you look at them and you go, "Oh, you're a mess. Oh, And I don't know. It's like a mix of like, sometimes you can tell that it's like people trying to be funny and it's fallen over a bit. And sometimes it's like, oh no, you're just kind of off kilter. Go to Grindr, it's much better. Well, I mean, from the stories you've told me, it does sound like it's more straightforward. Because if I remember correctly, you have fairly quickly found someone that you're pretty sure is cheating on their wife living nearby. No one that we know personally, just so the chat's aware. Like, no one that we know personally. Listen to the podcast. I don't frequent Grindr, says Neon City Daily. You did come in and bust out a you should get on Grindr. So if people think that you've been on Grindr regularly, Neon City Daily, you brought that upon yourself. What did you miss? You missed Neon City Daily talking about how sticky date pudding is like a Tinder adventure, and then him telling me that Grindr is you should try Grindr, and I'm like, oh well, there you go. Neon City Daily knows. Neon City Daily knows the secrets of Grindr. I got to admit, I feel like something that like might almost be worth it one day, and I've considered it. And I was debating about like, okay, do I go and find some and compile them? Just go on some dating apps and just compile a list, or like just some screenshots with no names, no photos or anything like that. Unless the photos are hilarious, in which case I'll do whatever I need to make sure you don't see the person. And just go, look at this. Look at this shit that people think is how they talk to people. Sounds like serial killer shit. Hey, to be fair, some of those profiles out there on those dating apps do sound like serial killer shit. It's fucking terrifying. And that's the thing too, like those apps and stuff are full of like, it's like this weird mix of like people that are on there going, I'm here to find the one. Nothing less than the one will do. The one that is my perfect soulmate will be the one. And it's like, oh, you're a very intense human being. But then there's other ones that are just like, I'm here for friends and maybe more. I don't really know. And that's almost verbatim. That is almost me quoting people. I know people that just want to find one. Tinder have women have self-respect. Grindr's all male. They just want to put things in things. Oh, jeez. I'm not here to hook up. I'm here to find my soulmate. Yeah, that's a fairly consistent one. Another one that's floating around pretty regularly from memory is not down for FWB or ONS. And it's just like, okay, we can decrypt friends with benefits or one night stands. It's okay. You don't have that much of a character limit. It's fine. You know, calm down. Actually, the real ones that I kind of assume are like really troubling are the ones that are just like, I've got a kid or I've got kids and my kid's my life, and if you don't like my kid, you can just go and jump off a fucking bridge into the pits of hell. And it's like, you are way too intense for someone that's just on an app that people fucking use out of boredom, I think. They always have multiple children. Oh, man. uh, but I don't know. Like I feel like because what I feel like the general consensus is around those things is that males always do the wrong thing, right? That males are always the worst on there, and I'm not saying they're not. I'm sure they are. I'm sure that males are absolute scumbags on those apps all the time. Like, just, I'm not going to pretend that they aren't. But I just feel like everyone's kind of like, you know, gotten the side of the story where it's like, oh, this male was disgusting. Or, you know, like it gets big on Reddit that there was like a horrible date situation where a male had done the wrong thing on Tinder or had thrown up a red flag on Tinder. And I'm not going to say that they're not red flags. They are. Like a lot of the stuff that they talk about in those like dating horror stories on Reddit and stuff are very much red flags. But I also feel that there is a lot of women on there that just go, here's some red flags. How about I just make sure I picket them out for you? It's an interesting mix to see, I'm not going to lie. Because, yeah, there's been the odd occasion where, like, I've been hanging out with someone and like, Tinder becomes a game sometimes. Well, it is just a game because it's a swipey swipe, fuck it, whatever game with this guy that I know. And it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, let's discuss how much of a horror story we think that one was. What's the most eyebrow-raising Okay, so the most eyebrow-raising one that I saw was a chick. She was in a gym, and she had like one of those big canisters of like whey protein or whatever there with her, and you know she had like whatever weight on the thing, and she's sitting there. She's like, "Yeah, I go to the gym." But the profile was 9/10 basically her going, I'm pure blood, and if you've been vaccinated or intend to get vaccinated, don't try to contact me. And I'm just like, that's hurtful. And I think like it really closed out the stereotype by them living in like bumfuck nowhere as well. So it was really just one of those things where you're just like, yeah, that all tracks, and that is horrifying. So, yeah, like very intense anti-vaxxer on her profile out loud. I don't know. I can't, like, the stories that you hear from people, and then, like, if you ever go on there, you're just like, this is a nightmare. This is a hellscape. Although I do kind of assume that for people that are like, oh, hey, there's that graphical glitch again. Why is that there? I like the ones where they say, I'm vegan. If you are not vegan, we will not work. Yeah, that's troubling. Like, yeah, forcing your views onto someone before you've even met them and don't even know if you want to speak to them is yeah. Yeah. I want to hear what the worst one Tuppence ever saw was. What's the worst one Tuppence ever saw? Come on. I've got the feeling he's typing real hard. Like, this is going to be a good long one. Girl says, don't message me if you're Indian. I don't want to smell like butter chicken. That was in her profile. Wow. 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 Oh, wow. That's, oh, I don't know. She wrote that and hit enter with no regard for where that was going, other than the fact that she really wanted to say it. Wow. don't have an... That really is wearing it on your sleeve, isn't it? Like, hey, people that I've never even met before, let me make sure that you understand that I'm like a crazy bigoted nutcase. Oh, jeez. Like, I've said some off-kilter shit that I say for pure joke factor. But she really put that out there. For everyone. Real hard. You couldn't understand. Oh, man. But chicken smells delicious. Thanks for turning that around, Tuppence. And you are correct. I can't argue with that at all. Tuppence has brought up both the most terrifying but also the most valid thing in this last couple minutes of stream chat. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Whew. Maybe, yeah, no, that's it, Tuppence. Maybe that's it. Someone needs to add on their profile that direct antithesis to hers and say, if you don't like the smell of butter chicken, we will not work. All in caps, as you've written it there, too. Oh, man. Like, see, I wasn't ready for the first part of that, and... Ah, jeez. Oh. Oh. I wasn't ready. Yeah, no, I wasn't ready. I think especially because I was hearing it in your voice, Tups. Like, in my head, your voice was the one telling me that. I do assume that you had a very rough time being confronted with that in real time, out in real space. You had a face to put to that comment. I love it. I love it. Well, I mean, I guess at least you knew, like, I kind of hope that you still remember the face. Because if one day, you know, you see her in public, you have to point and you have to say. Because if we later on, if you go, oh, I think I saw the smells like butter chicken woman out and about, I would be so mad that you didn't tell me on the spot and point. So I really, really hope that you remember the face that goes with that. Oh, damn. She was hot and that made it worse. Oh, no. Oh, that... Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Well, I mean, good thing you're as Caucasian as they come, I guess. Tubbs. Oh, man. That's... Like, none of this is okay. People are awful. And things like that, like apps like that, just give them a place to be awful out loud and try to find other awful people to fucking swing their giblets at. You did not go for it. Butter chicken is the best. Yeah, no, I definitely, I'm right there with you on that one. The fact that, like, can you imagine dating someone that you could never have butter chicken around? How much that would frustrate the shit out of you? I'd be mad consistently, at least on a weekly basis. At least. Probably more. Butter chicken is hotter. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but butter chicken versus hot but racist, butter chicken wins out every time. Like, I didn't even need to consider it. I didn't need to think about it. It was just like, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. See, I feel kind of weird bringing this one up now, because this was obviously someone else's story. But what she'd done is this friend of mine, she'd broken up with her partner of, like, you know, however long, and she was basically just like, well, I just want to go and nail everything. And she went and she had some fun nailing everything that she felt like, and, you know, you go, girl, you have your hoe phase. You know, don't try to make a life out of it, please, but, you know, I'll support you in doing what you need to heal. And what she ended up doing was she started branching out into different, like, types of dudes, because she had a pretty set type that she was used to. And, you know, generally they were like Caucasian-y metalhead lads, all that kind of stuff. Like, and not even necessarily that the Caucasian was necessary there, but just a lot of the metal lads. And where we live, it's not super culturally diverse, let's be real. Oh, back in there. So butter chicken accepts all. Yeah, butter chicken will not turn someone down. It's butter chicken. It's amazing. Butter chicken is the food. Is one of the life givers of food. But she did two things that stick out in my brain as, like, what I consider to be horror stories. So she went, I'll go the tall, lanky one for once. And let, basically, you know, because it's like, it is a you know, a seller's market, if you will. Dudes have a much worse time on those apps than women. And a lot of the time, mostly a woman just has to say yes. And whatever scumbag they're found on there is just happy to be there. So what she did was she started going like, oh, I'll say yes to some other ones that I don't usually go for.
Inquisitor,
Now, all I know for sure about one is that he ended up with the nickname Skeletor because of how bald he was and how skinny he was and how horrendous he looked with his ribcage hanging out. But the other one that really sticks out in my mind is that I'm pretty sure the dude was Pakistani, from what she said. Never fuck Skeletor? Well, I mean, yeah, it's a good life lesson. Don't fuck Skeletor. It'll not go well. But, like, the other one that really stuck out in my head was because this chick was a little bit like, yeah, let's do some kinky shit. You can put some handprints on my ass and stuff. Now, she hooks up with a Pakistani dude. They kind of have, you know, the usual conversations. She lets him hit it. And about halfway through, he kind of leans back and just fucking slaps her. Like, just... No, where am I allowed to put my palm? No, do you want me to do this? Or, oh, you've been a bad girl, so you need this punishment. None of that. He just leaned back and boof. And she's telling me this story, and all I can think is, I have no idea how I'd react to that. I have no fucking clue. Like, A, what would possess me to do that out of the blue? And... and two, how I would do if that suddenly happened with zero discussion first. And three, in what was explained as very much not a sexy way to bad girls slap. And so, from what I gather, due to the point in their coitus, she basically went, no, I'd rather you didn't. And so he didn't anymore. But I mean, she didn't see him again. But she did go and bang Skeletor again. And so, moral of that story is, don't surprise your Tinder date during sex. Because it will not go well, and you will not get a call back. Oh, she'll fuck Skeletor, yeah. Oh, weaponsmithing 405. Ah, Kale, you are running the weaponsmithing gauntlet in Guild Wars too, I see. It's Tuppence, if you slap your Tinder date mid-coital action, she will go and fuck Skeletor instead.
Only one remaining set is known to exist. Location: Vault Zeta 11. Jurisdiction:
It's vaguely done. Yeah, no, 400 is honestly a pretty good sitting. The if you want to craft and you want to get that experience up from 400 to 500, it really doesn't take that long. I was surprised at how quickly I got from 400 to 500.
triggering mind cleansing sounds. Type 3.43. Standing
Tuppence, no, I didn't blame her either. I said that was a good choice, realistically. Oh, man, okay, I'm gonna fix my skill point up. And I'm gonna do some inventory. Yeah, would have been mad. Yeah, no, she was mad, but I think she was just thrown off a little bit. So she was like, I am not pleased about this. But that sure just happened. And oh man. It's what do you do? Why is that the thought process? Why did anyone think that was okay and that was where to go? But yeah, so I amusingly enough have heard so many people's horrendous dating app stories that it is just like dating apps are like, in my brain they're a fucking joke. He was just typing it up in his brain. Like, in my head though, they are just an absolute fucking joke. They're a mess. They're just like people on there going, like, you know, a mix of, hey, look at me, but also like, you know, I'm not going to tell you how I'm a maniac until you see me maniacking. And just, it's not a good place. They are horrendous places to be. Like, you know, I worry for the day that we get to a point where you're like, oh, I'm in VR and on whatever. Well, no, actually, no. The day that you end up in VR on Tinder, if it's not just like a VR chat where everyone's looking like furries or Knuckles or anything like that, it'd be interesting, because I can see people going, okay, this is my avatar. He's a fox. He's got blue fur with black stripes. And I don't want you to be Indian because I don't want us to fuck and I don't want to smell like butter chicken. And that will be terrifying. Or they make it so that your avatar has to be you. And that would be a real intense day to be on those apps, when suddenly everyone has to look like them. Furries or Knuckles, yeah, they're the only two things I think of, man. Oh, or anime girls. Or like, yeah, anime, yeah. Why am I... You know, I'm not really sure why I'm talking about a racist furry. I'm actually genuinely very tired. And this is somehow working around to me signing off. It just hasn't gotten there yet, because I keep talking and I keep saying words. And if we both know anything about me, it's that when I start babbling shit for this long. You went to pee and came back to that. Oh no. I was saying that if dating apps ever end up in VR, we're going to see a lot of furries or you know, people that look like Knuckles. All right. Got scared. Oh no! See, I'm not necessarily scared of racist furries. I just rather them not be near me. I need racist furries to be away elsewhere. And I keep invoking their names, so I really do think it's time for me to jump off and go to bed. Because I don't want to invoke... I don't want to invoke whatever that ends up bringing up. So, I'm going to head off. Thanks everyone for chilling out tonight. I had a lot of fun tonight doing my chill thing on this. It was a pretty easy game, so I got to kind of just hit the buttons and kind of, hang out with chat. Hang out with chat. If they're outside my front door right now, they're going to eat a bat and not the bat that they want. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out in chat. That was really good. It being a pretty chill game, it means I got to interact with you guys a lot more this time, which is nice. And so this will end up on my YouTube channel as a VOD. Well, the VOD will end up on my YouTube channel, like I do for pretty much every stream I do. So if you want to go and catch NorksNorks on there, go and sub to that. You'll see everything that I do. Sick Rouge the Bat. God damn it. You had to invoke Rouge the Bat. The algorithm's gonna hear the fact. It's gonna see the fact that you said it in chat, and it's gonna go, man, they're gonna love this. And I read the word Rouge the Bat, and it's all gone wrong. We've invoked it. Hey, I was kind of subtle. If they didn't know about her, then I was being subtle. Subtle. I wasn't actually. It's summoning demons into my own little sphere of murder. But yeah, I'm gonna be uploading this to YouTube, which over there is NorksNorks. If you go and look up Neon City Daily on Twitch, I tend to be on there. And if you go to Facebook and check out Neon City Daily, I'm part of that as well. We do podcasts, we do streams and stuff like that. So we're generally about anywhere you hunt down Neon City Daily, hunt down NorksNorks. Tuppence has been in chat all night. He's got his own channel too. And I'm out. Peace. I will catch all of you guys later.